Hello, I'm Kathy Cox, and this is the information page for tech in place of the meeting that we were to have. This is for the Showcases of Mistaken Identity, written by Tony Howell, and I am the director, Kathy Cox. I wanted you to be aware of the time commitment. Vince Lombardi said, "Leaders aren't born, they are made, and they are made just like anything else, through hard work, and that's the price we'll have to pay to achieve that goal, or any goal." I believe strongly in this. We work very, very hard on the play, and the students are always very proud of what they've done because they've put in a lot of time and worked really hard at it. As part of that time commitment, being part of the play is not a lighthearted decision. We need you to really understand the great commitment that you are making. We have 2 months of intense rehearsals, many of which are 2 hours or longer. This is a full-length show with a large cast and multiple tech roles. It isn't a short show like something that you might see in class. You must make a commitment to the schedule. We don't want conflicts, and there can't be any conflicts at all for Tech Week or the shows. A commitment to be at all rehearsals that are scheduled, scheduling around them for things like orthodontist appointments, piano lessons, etc. This is important. Tech does have a bit more flexibility because in the beginning you will be meeting as a group and deciding when you will meet to work on things to meet your goals. However, when you say, "Yes, I will be here next Tuesday," we expect you to be there that Tuesday, so don't come and say, "Oh, I didn't know that I had a dentist appointment that day." Make sure you know your schedule before you commit to anything. If you currently have a conflict that cannot be rescheduled, just use the application, put it on the application in the conflict section. This is very important. If it's disclosed to me in the beginning, I can accept that in the tech assignments and know, hey, this kid is going to be absent on these days. However, once the play is cast and the tech is assigned, it just is not fair to add additional unexpected conflicts. We have students that sometimes are not cast or not selected for tech because of the conflicts they have, and I might have wanted to work around them if I'd known that other students who said, "No, I have no conflicts," actually had many, many more. So please be fair and let us know in the beginning so that I know what I'm coming up to and we will plan with that. The pamphlet. You should have already gotten a pamphlet by now. If you were interested in tech, you should have gotten the tech pamphlet. If you're interested in acting, then maybe you're coming to this video later because you didn't get into the play. Then you'll want to look at the tech crew pamphlet because it has a lot of important information, and this is both available on newschoolnotes.com. When you go to New School Notes, we need parents to definitely sign up for this. You will find all the needed information on the entire process, the interview process, everything. There are blog posts where I regularly make notes of what's happening in the process now. We've had snow problems, we've had ice delays, we've had all kinds of things happening this year. So this is my way of letting you know through this process. If something comes up, this is what we're going to do to cover it. I can't individually look up everyone's email address, but you can select notify me and put your name in there. So what we want you to do is the parents need to sign up, and then there's a place to add your child's name, put your child's name in there. That's important because sometimes I will want to ask them an additional question after an interview, or I may want to clarify something. Maybe I'm looking at them for 3 different tech jobs and I want to know between those 3, which would you rather have? So please inform me through that. Notify, put your name in, put your child's name in and your email address, and that way I can email them and ask them questions and get confirmation on things. The pamphlet has the exact email address, and so does the form that you use for the interview sign-ups. I have the exact email address that will take you straight to my page, but you can always get to my page through the New School Notes website, new.schoolnotes.com, and then put in Kathy Cox and then the school zip code 20817, and that will also take you to my page. Applications for tech. They are online in School Notes. The application for tech is specific, and it also is for leadership and managers. The application is a Word document, and that's so that you can type in your answers, because I often find when students handwrite, it's hard for me to read your writing, and I don't want to misunderstand something or be confused or not be able to contact you because I can't read your writing. So it's really great for you to type these up and then go ahead and print them out for me. And you should have an interview time. You're going to bring that application with you to the interview time. It needs to be signed by your parents, and the parents need to make sure any conflicts are on there. If you don't have any conflicts, that's wonderful. I love that. And we do have students that commit all of their time to the play, and they have nothing else that they're going to be doing, and they're really flexible, and they'll say, well, if you need me on Wednesday, Mrs. Cox, I can come and help. I love that. If you're one of those people, check the I have checked my full schedule and have no conflicts at all at this time, and that makes it much easier for us to work with you, and then I know you've checked your schedule. For your interview time, I've asked you to email me. That way I can assign you a time. We've got a bunch of information on the blog posts, so go to those. I'll be updating them if we get full or whatever, so you know, oh, I can't sign up for that time. When you come for your interview, please be on time, be prepared, and bring this signed application. What are you going to do at your interview? Well, I need to tell you that I don't look at tech as an extra. I look at it as a vital element to a show. It can make or break a show. I can't tell you how many shows I've seen in middle school where the kids learned how to act, and they got up there on the stage and they were acting just fine, but their costumes looked bad, or their set looked bad, or their scene changes took forever, and obviously their stage crew had no idea what they were doing, or the sound was all messed up so you couldn't hear what they were doing, or the lights didn't come on at the right time. There's just so much that goes into putting on a show that I can't adequately tell you how important this is. And I take your job seriously. I really want to put everyone in the best position, and I want them to really want to do it and be excited about it. If you look at a Broadway show and you look at their playbill, you will find there are a lot more people on tech in a Broadway show than there are actors. It is a vital job to every show. So, what do I want when you come to your interview? Well, I want to know what you're interested in. Bring something to the interview to show me your abilities and your interests. Do you have some photos of things you've done? Do you have a sketchbook with pictures you've drawn, programs from the plays you've worked in, YouTube links for me to watch? I had some great YouTube links in the past. Some pictures people brought in showed me their makeup, what they've done. I had makeup girls that just took an afternoon to sit down with someone and do some makeup, and brought those pictures in and said, look, this is what I can do. And it helped me a lot, because I could say things like, wow, you really know how to do eyeliner, and that's difficult. We're going to have to teach you how to do base makeup because you're young and don't quite know how to do that, but I think we can teach you how to do that. So and my artists have become so good at painting the set, and I really believe part of this is from looking at their sketchbooks, looking at their work, and seeing, wow, this is what this kid can do. And then I know where I can challenge you, where I can put you best. And I have to say, props is probably one of that most creative places. If you loved doing Legos as a kid, or you're one of those crafty people that can just take a bunch of things and stick them together and make them look great, even people that can put together like a photo album that's all designed and looks lovely, or you do crafts where you create jewelry or something. Those types of skills are really needed in a props crew, where you can create things that look like something else, but they're not really that. But that's what it looks like on stage. You'll see there's costumes up top where these people put together cardboard and made themselves look like cell phones. I mean, that is so creative, and it looks really cool. And that's the kind of talent that I want to see in my show. Now, if you're coming back to this because you applied for the play to do acting, or if you're thinking maybe I might do tech, on the actor application, there is a place for you to let me know that you're interested in that. It's on the first page, And we have an acting ensemble in the show that will be in the show off and on. And there are certain tech jobs that you could definitely help us with if you're in that ensemble. So if you're still interested in tech, even if you get in that ensemble, there's a place for you to check that. There's also a place that if you don't get into the show but you'd still be interested in tech, you can check that. And that way, when the time comes, I'll be expecting you to email me, or I could email you and set you a time for an interview so you can come in and interview with me and let me know your interests for tech. And I don't take that as a bad thing. I personally, as an actor, did a lot of tech. Even in professional shows, I got paid extra to do makeup, to do beards for people, to help out with costumes. There's been lots of jobs that I've done in tech. There were times when I did a lot of publicity for a show, and I learned a lot about publicity through that. And so I don't see that as a negative. It's not like you are only an actor or you're only a tech person. If you're interested in both, I want to give you an opportunity. So what tech job is best for you? You may have a lot of talents and you're not really sure. You don't really know what all the tech jobs are. You want to take a look at that tech pamphlet. I've defined all the different jobs, and there may be more than one or two that appeal to you. That's fine. It's available on school notes, just like the other information. Look at the time commitment and the talents needed. That might help you out as well. And then when you come to the interview, even if you have a couple of things, you can say, I'm interested in this, and this looks good, and this looks good. And if I need someone in one of those crews over another, and you're someone who's interested in multiple ones, that gives you an extra edge of getting into the tech crew. Scheduling for tech. Well, it isn't like the play. The play, I know exactly when we're going to rehearse. I don't exactly know what scenes we're going to rehearse because as we go through the scenes, things change. And there's a set time that I'm thinking in my mind, this is when we need costumes to come, or this is when we need lighting to come, or this is when props need to come in. So I've noted them in the long-term schedule for you on the school notes. So you can download that and look at it. That doesn't mean that it's set in stone. Things may change, but that is my look right now, so that you can say, oh, okay, well, if I'm on this crew, I don't have to come to rehearsals until this day. That doesn't mean you're not coming. It just means that I don't need you in a rehearsal until that time. But there are specific tech meetings. We'll be going over a lot of information at those tech meetings. I've tried to schedule one a week or two a week sometimes so that we can really keep together on that. If I have a crew that's working well on their own and they even are meeting maybe a tag or something, and I don't feel that they need to come to that tech meeting, I'll let you know. I'll say, what, next week you guys plan to meet at tag on Tuesday and Wednesday, so I don't think you need to come to the tech meeting on Friday. What I really want to do is make sure I have enough scheduled so I can keep the show moving. And if you have individual questions for me, that you have a day and a time and an opportunity to ask me those questions. Also, set painting cannot be done during rehearsals. It's impossible. We will have to build the set and we will have to paint the set during times when we do not have rehearsal on the stage. So that's another reason why we have all those tech meetings scheduled. Again, you're going to meet with your crew manager. You're going to meet with your high school leader. We have 5 students from the high school that are helping out with the play this year. And hopefully your parent coordinator will be able to make it at least to some of those meetings, and you'll schedule when you're going to meet. That's why we do it that way, so that you can say, oh, you know what, Tuesday's the best day for all of us, so let's meet on Tuesday and we're going to go over this, or we're going to look for that, or we're going to make this or make that. I have to say, costumes, you get started right away. You have to measure everybody, get an idea of what size they might wear, know how tall they are, and then start looking for costumes. And costumes are huge in this show because you're not going to have anything in your closet that's going to work. So we're going to have to put some costumes together for this show, okay? Message for the parents. You know what? Students just can't go shopping for the play. It doesn't work out. They're kids. They need some leadership. We are lucky to have student leaders within Pyle that are very good, that have had a lot of history in the plays, and they have a really good idea of what we're doing and what I expect. and we have some high school leaders that are coming back this year to help out. They know what I expect. I specifically asked them because I knew they were good at this. But we still need parents. There are times when I legally need a chaperone there. I just can't be covering a rehearsal and have kids doing something in the back, have 3 different groups meeting and there's no parents there. It just is a bad idea for the whole tone of the show, because kids that are not supervised might do things that they shouldn't do. So we want to make sure that they understand the rules, and we've got some parents there guiding them along. We also have some tasks that just need to be done by adults. Kids just can't do them. Maybe it's a safety issue, or maybe they just don't have the skill set needed. We need parents to coordinate, to do shopping, work out snacks and meals, chaperone, work out the cast and crew party, provide expertise such as set building, sewing, painting. There will be other things that I've forgotten. I always try to get one parent coordinator who can be my liaison with the parents, so that when there's several questions, maybe the parent coordinator already knows the answers to those. And that makes it a lot easier for me, rather than answering 50 emails a day. And there have been times when it gets to that. So it is much easier if a coordinator can answer those questions for you. After the show is cast, since we didn't have the meeting, I will be asking for your parent assistance then. And the reason why is that I don't want anyone to think that because my parent did this, I got in the show. That is not the way I cast a show. I cast a show based on the students' talents, what their abilities are, what their interests are, and their schedule and ability to show up for rehearsals and for meetings. After that, that's when I look for parent assistance. So I will be emailing you, and I'm going to reset a time for the meeting so that we can get together, and you can let me know things that you're interested in. Maybe we can even do something online where you can sign up that way. Just know that it is vitally important for every parent to help out in some way, even if it's something like, I can't help, but I can give a donation for you to buy this since I can't help, or to buy this costume or something. Maybe I can't help at school, but I can go shopping on the weekends and I can get props then. I'm pretty crafty, but I can't get into school, but if you send things home, I can put them together. I've had lots of parents do that kind of thing. And the Saturday hours, we've got parents that, that's the only time they can come, so they'll come on a Saturday and help us out. And it is really helpful when I have those parents to do that. So just be aware that even if you can't get in during the school day, there is something that you can do to help us out. I'm certain of that. So please, please, please consider how important it is for you to be part of the show. I hope you got a good message through this PowerPoint. I feel better doing things in person, but since I couldn't do that, I made this PowerPoint. Hopefully you understand I'm very enthusiastic about the play. I love it, but I put this PowerPoint together so that you could see what I wanted to convey at the meeting. But if you go to the pamphlets and you go to the blogs and you've read through everything and you still have questions for me, feel free to email me. I will be happy to answer those questions at that time. Let your kids know this is a fun time during this audition and interview time. Have them show me their best, and I look forward to it. I do have to say, not everybody can do the play. I have, at the moment, 65 kids signed up, so I don't know that I can use 65 kids between the casting and the tech, and there are still more sending emails. So there may be some students who don't get to be involved in the show, and that's not a personal attack against them. It's just that it isn't working out. So I just want your children to know that I will give them the best time I have to look at what they can do and give them a great opportunity to go through this audition process or this interview process. And if they're not chosen, don't lose faith. That doesn't mean you shouldn't be doing theater. It just means it didn't work out this one time. So thank you very much. Have a good day.